Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Why is Nick so upset with a law in Delaware?
Okay. If a witness in a courtroom is on the stand, why are they sitting down? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy, and this week we scour the internet to find out these useless tidbits. I always say tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll grab an entry from our mailbag section. This is an email from an Apple Podcast listener who has some thoughts about our show. And in the news, is that a T-bone steak in your pocket?
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
We've done it. 100 countries around the world are listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Yeah, Nick, 100 countries. What a milestone.
It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
All rise! Totally Useless Information Court is now in session.
This is Totally Useless Law Information with Nick and Roy. Objection. Overruled.
Yep, I'm going to give you my teaser right now because at the beginning of that, by the way, that was a nerd production. Nick and Lane, Roy and Deb. Nerd. Yeah.
Nerd.
That was your wife at the beginning of that.
All rise!
She did a great job. All right. She had one line. Okay, so...
That's the only contribution to the show.
But it's important. So, all right. So when a witness takes the stand, right, they take the stand,
yes.
But they will sit down to testify.
Did they used to stand?
Well, the witness stand is called a stand because of a combination of historical tradition and its function in the courtroom. Even though modern witnesses usually sit, the term dates back to the mid-19th century.
When the English, right, they had to stand in the box.
They were required to stand while giving evidence to show respect to the court.
Ah.
And in many jurisdictions, this stems from traditions where one stands in the presence of authority, such as the king's representative.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that, like in movies and stuff. The old-time English courts, they wore the white. Well, I think they still do wear the
Some
white
wear the
wigs.
white wigs. Yeah, up here in
You'd
Canada.
look good in that, Nick. You know,
white wig?
That would be
And you know what?
Any wig.
I was going to say I'd look good in any wig, but thank you.
You know, once I spent the night in a wigwam, that was interesting.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm even wearing an earwig.
If people listen to the show, they'll know what that is.
You know what? Exactly. If it looks like an earwig, that means your hair is growing too much out of your ears. Anyway, you were saying.
True. California, Nick.
Yes.
The home of the
Raisins.
bikini-clad women running on the beach.
Right.
The raisins, the dancing raisins.
Right. Yep.
You cannot, under penalty of imprisonment, this is what it says.
Serious.
If this is the fine, if you eat a frog that died in a frog jumping contest. It's very specific.
Okay.
They don't mind you eating frogs.
Right.
But not one of these professional frogs that jump in competitions. We're talking about these physically fit frogs.
Okay.
They come jumping in with the flag of California.
Yeah. Eating raisins.
You will go to jail and a fine. So it's imprisonment and a fine. It doesn't say imprisonment or a fine.
It's both. Oh, okay.
Both.
Yeah.
You get both.
Yeah.
And heartburn.
Yes.
Your stomach gets a little jumpy after eating that, you know?
And a frog in your throat. Strike that from the record. So we've all seen either you've been in the court live or you've seen it on television or maybe during live proceedings. You can see the court stenographer over in the corner typing away because they are actually recording in words what's going on in the court proceedings. Court stenographers can type over 225 words per minute. So the stenotype keyboard, by the way, only has 22 keys. The operators use it to produce full sentences faster than most people think, but because they don't really type letters, they type syllables, which makes their notes look like a secret alien language, if you ask me, or maybe the way I write. But
I
225
think that's just a way for them to change it afterwards. What
But
does this say here? He used a frizzer-frazzer to kill her.
well, the thing is this, they even have to record if someone coughs in the courtroom or if someone goes, every little thing that happens in the courtroom while the court is in session is recorded by the stenographer.
Here is an important law, Nick. This is a bulletin for all of our listeners while in the state of Massachusetts.
Yes.
Okay? So it's safety first for the community in Massachusetts.
Of course,
So this
always.
law,
Always.
okay, again, penalty of law, penalty of imprisonment and fines. You cannot let a gorilla ride in the back seat of your car. It is on the books. It's a law in Massachusetts.
Right.
No gorillas riding in the back seat. So I have two things to discuss about this.
Of course you
and
do.
people in Massachusetts. But number one, who's going to stop him? Who's stopping the gorilla from riding in the back of the car? Anyone? You're
Yeah.
going to say, hey, no, you can't?
Right.
No, I don't think
Right,
so.
yeah.
And number two, why is the front seat perfectly okay for the gorilla to be riding?
Unless, of course, the gorilla is driving, right?
Even so, I mean, in Massachusetts, they give everyone, it doesn't matter if you're even a U.S. citizen, they'll give it to gorillas too.
Yeah, they will. They will. And they'll obey all the traffic laws, right?
Oh, sure, sure. They're like, hey, we're gorillas. We're not monkeying around.
No, they're not. In fact, if that gorilla's caught speeding, they'll get fined 22 bananas.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they're like,
You know what they'll do? Hold on. And then, of course, once they get caught, they will go to court and they will appeal the charge.
Yeah,
They will appeal. Okay.
See,
There
Nick,
you
that
go.
was on the fly, too. That was good.
It was on the fly.
Yeah, not too
exactly.
funny, but, you know. It was
All right. So, how about this? So, we all heard. Now, your son is a lawyer, right?
Yes, he is.
And his wife is also a lawyer.
And don't bring that up. They'll sue you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
they will. But what kind of exam do they have to take in order for them to become lawyers? The bar exam.
A big one. A big one.
A big one.
No, the
bar exam.
Yes,
Okay.
the bar
So
exam.
now, people misunderstood this over the years. They thought if you've taken the bar exam, you're learning to be a bartender. No, that's not it.
That was his first 4 years of college.
Right. Drinking. But what does the bar refer to?
Ooh, yeah. What is the bar
In
exam?
medieval English courts, a physical railing, the bar, separated the public from the court's proceedings. Only authorized individuals, lawyers known as barristers in the UK,
Right.
were allowed to cross the
Barrister.
barrier to speak on behalf of clients. Now, if you're called to the bar, like in the 16th century, law students who achieved a certain level of proficiency were called to the bar, meaning
Yeah, they would literally rest their hand on the bar to speak to the people.
were officially summoned to cross that railing to represent clients in court. If you pass the bar, of course, you go to that barrier. Now, if you're disbarred, a lawyer who's disciplined for misconduct is disbarred, meaning it's a literal removal of their right to step past that barrier, that bar, to practice law.
See, I didn't know that. I'm going to tell my son that. I bet he doesn't even know it, and he's a lawyer.
Right, exactly. And then we'll sue him for not knowing it.
Yeah, well, we might be able to. I don't know. He'll probably countersue us and win.
With useless information, of course.
Yeah. In Georgia, Nick,
Yes.
home of the peach.
Yes.
I love Georgia. I didn't know Georgia was big apple country, big wine country. I love Georgia. I would move to Georgia.
Okay.
So all you folks in Georgia, I love Georgia. Georgia people are nice too. Little backwards. I mean, they date their sisters, but whatever. I mean, you can't do
Allegedly.
everything right.
So if you're moving to Georgia, does your wife know about this, or you just going on your own?
Well, I called my sister.
Oh, God. You don't have a sister.
So in Georgia, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
a $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail, and 6 months community service.
Okay.
Right. So 1,000, 6 months in jail, and a 6-month community service.
For what?
I love this. For letting a chicken cross the road.
No.
Yes, that is a law in Georgia on the books. If you let a chicken cross the road, you get $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail, and 6 months community service.
Mm-hmm.
But what if your defense is he's a chicken and I told him no? Did you let him cross the road? Or did he just disobey?
Oh. So will they charge the chicken?
No, they don't charge the chicken. Apparently not. They probably ate the chicken in Georgia. They make great fried chicken, you know.
Yeah, they
they're
do.
not they're not plucking around.
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, the chicken will be convicted and sent to death row, and of course he'll be fried.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't charge the chicken. They may charge the chicken for jaywalking. We're not sure.
Right. Okay.
We have to really look into this. I'm going to get my son on this.
Yeah, don't get your
and a
don't-
few barristers.
Yeah, well, you might ruffle some feathers in the process.
We need to go to a few bars and think about this.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Go to nickandroy.com, and you can also go to the Nick and
Can
Roy
I tell
store.
him, Nick?
What?
Can I tell him about the birthday message?
Well, let me tell them why. Hang on one second.
Is that what you were
Hold-
going to tell him?
Yes, go to nickandroy.com.
Oh, they need to. You need to listen to Nick.
Click on the Nick and Roy store, and you click on birthday messages. Why, Roy?
See how I didn't interrupt you anymore?
No.
I'll tell you why. There's the birthday message.
Right.
If you go to nickandroy.com, go up to the top, you'll see Nick and Roy store. Just
That's-
click on it.
right.
Okay. There's going to be a thing that says birthday message.
Yep.
There's even a sample there for you to listen to. It's the greatest gift you're ever going to buy for anybody. Please listen to what I just said. We get email after email after email from people stating it is the greatest gift. They look like unbelievable superstars. It's inexpensive.
Mhm.
It's a mini show, a mini totally useless show that we do for that person on the day that they were born, the year that they were born. We do all useless information. It's, guys, really awesome.
You can also go to nickandroy.com and the Nick and Roy store to order anniversary messages. It's not just birthdays. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, we had a couple of people who had ordered birthday messages, and they asked, do you guys do anniversary message? Of course. And what we do is we find out the day of their anniversary, that when they got married, and we find out useless information. Again, another mini useless information show about that couple and the day that they were married.
You're gonna say, wow, this is great. You're gonna do it for everybody for their gift.
It's unique and inexpensive. nickandroy.com, the Nick and Roy store.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn. Hey! Oh! You! Where's your hard hat? Fasten your tool belts. This is totally useless construction info with Foreman Nick and Roy. Come on, let's go!
She even tooted her horn.
She means, well, she toots her own horn.
Yeah, she's a horn tutor, all right.
She means business. That's the voice lady, of course. The actually, I was going to say infamous, the famous voice
The
lady.
famous voice lady
people
who no
really-
one knows her name,
No.
but wishes they did because they all know her.
They do. In fact, they said this is what.
More hints.
Listen,
More hints.
You know what one of our listeners said? She classes up the show. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't even know who the hell she is.
No, neither do we.
Then she actually comes to work behind a curtain.
Yeah, she does.
That's how
Absolutely.
secretive she is.
She is.
Okay, the Neome Project.
Yes.
Neome Project.
Mm-hmm.
It is the nickname. It was given the nickname The Line.
Okay.
It will be the most expensive construction project of all times at $1.5 trillion for the one project. It will be home to more than 2 million people. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is completely like it has its own growing areas and makes its own power. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's environmentally, whatever you want to call it, sustainable or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is the biggest project to house people in the history of the world. 1.5 trillion.
That's crazy.
It's in Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Okay.
And it'll be done by 2030. So they're about 4 years off. They've been doing it for, I think, 4 or 5 years already.
We've heard of blueprints, right? Blueprints originated in 1842 by Sir John Herschel, an English astronomer and chemist. He invented the cyanotype process. This photochemical technique, which produces white lines on a blue background, thus blueprints, allowed for fast and inexpensive reproduction of architectural and engineering drawings, replacing costly, slow, and error-prone hand tracing methods. So this process, and it used, I don't think they have blueprints anymore. They've phased them out, but for the longest time, since 1842, blueprints have been...
I actually had the original blueprints to my 1903 home in Westchester, New York. It was the first home I ever purchased.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and we had the original blueprints, and they were on that crazy bluish black paper.
Yeah.
They were really unbelievable, amazing. One of the oldest building products, Nick. Well, of course we know it's wood, but do you know what kind of wood?
No.
The oldest building product is wood, and it is bamboo. Is one of the oldest of the trees, and the oldest of the use of the product. But as an AOT, because an AOT, it's already heard on the show.
It's AHOT, yeah.
It's AHOT. Bamboo, we said on the show, grows 1 meter every day. It's insane. It grows so fast. Okay, but that's not the only thing about its sustainability that makes it so amazing as a building product.
Yeah.
Not only does it grow 100 times faster than the average tree, it also gives off 35% more oxygen than any other tree species.
Oh, that's interesting.
So not only does it grow very fast, it gives off oxygen at an unbelievable rate. So it is fantastic for the environment.
So it's a grower and a shower.
Grower and a shower, Nick. I know the feeling. Yep. Yeah.
Ever notice carpenter's pencils?
Yes.
Ever notice? Yes, thank you for asking. Ever notice carpenter's pencils are flat?
Now, can I say something that I think is the reason?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it to put it behind your ear?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
The primary reason for construction or carpenter's pencils, they're flat to prevent them from rolling away on slanted surfaces.
Oh, right, because you put them on a piece of wood,
rooftop or scaffolding or uneven lumber. It also has stronger lead. The non-round core allows for a thicker, more robust graphite core that won't easily break when marking a rough, abrasive surfaces like concrete or stone. Also, by rotating the pencil, you can draw thick, highly visible lines on rough materials or thin, precise lines. And the 1/4-inch thickness of the standard carpenter's pencil can be used for a quick, consistent spacer for jobs while laying deck boards.
Yeah, I have carpenter's pencils. They're great. Because they mark the lead, like you said, is so strong. It doesn't break, and it leaves such a nice line.
Yeah, so now, like you said,
using a saw, you want to be able to see the line.
Exactly. And also, like you said, it's probably so you can fit it nicely behind your ear. Now, since I'm follically challenged, as you've pointed out many times at AHOTs on this show, I can even put a pencil behind my ear. It won't even fall out.
Yeah, but Nick hasn't had lead in his pencil in a long time.
That's right. But lots of erasers. Lots of erasers.
Robots, Nick, they're coming.
Uh-oh. Wait, I see one right there. Hold on. There it is right there.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
know. We dealt with it today, folks, with this AI crap.
All right.
Robots, we don't use AI. No. Don't use AI, folks. It's too new. Most of the information is incorrect.
Listen, we tell the audience all the time. We don't use any artificial intelligence. In fact, any intelligence, artificial or otherwise.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if Nick could speak, he'd speak for himself.
100%.
But anyway, robots are replacing humans at an alarming rate, especially in the construction field.
Oh, interesting.
Right? You would think no, but 17.5% per year.
Okay.
So think about it. The last few years, that's 30% already.
Wow.
34, 35, 40%. Robots now are doing all the concrete work. They come with the truck, but the robot, the computer tells it where to dump the load, how much to dump, and then there's robots that smooth out the concrete. Now, no more little old Italian guys named Mario with their metal rakes and all that stuff. No. This is all robotic now with the concrete industry. So, but the pouring and the finishing work now is done by robots in most of concrete, which is a bad thing for the mafia, because where are they going to hide everybody like Jimmy Hoffa and all? Where are they going to put them?
Allegedly.
Oh, no, that's right. There is no such thing as the
organized crime.
Who?
Beaming with joy. Based on common construction terminology, every project often has at least one beam nicknamed. For example,
Yeah.
the I-beam or universal beam, right? These beams
Mhm.
are frequently used because they have highly efficient at resisting shear and bending, making them essential for supporting floor joists and trusses, of course. Now, a lot of big construction terminology there, but
Yeah.
they're nicknamed for their shape, which resembles the capital letter I in the cross section, so that's the I beam. Other common names for these foundational beams include H beam, used when the beam has wider, longer flanges. A W beam refers to wide flange beams, and a girder used for major supporting beams.
Yeah, Nick wears a girder
That's
sometimes
right.
when he wears a suit to make him look
It is.
skinnier.
It
I
is.
always thought the I-beam was named that because it looks like the letter I if you look down
Yeah.
the edge
Well,
of it.
exactly it. They're nicknamed their shape, which resembles the capital letter I in the cross section.
Ah,
There you
so
go.
it is, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So basically, I just wasn't listening to you, Nick.
Now, because this applies here, AHOTS, as you just heard like moments ago,
right,
the
yeah,
I-beam has, yeah. It's all right.
yeah.
See, Roy?
Had you not said the word girder, I would have not
Oh,
even
that
heard
totally,
anything.
yeah. You see, this is what happens. Roy is so
Mhm.
fond of goldfish, he replicates their attention span. The attention span of a goldfish is 3 seconds.
What?
The attention span of a goldfish is 3 seconds.
Okay, listen.
The attention span,
Women,
yes, women,
Nick. You know
Yes.
I love them.
you do. And they love you right back.
I got to say something a little controversial. Did
Yes.
you get to see the Grammy Awards?
Recently, I didn't get a chance to watch them. I did see some highlights, though, yeah.
Did you see Heidi Klum?
I did. You know what? I thought of you. Really, I saw Heidi Klum and I thought of you in the outfit that she almost wore.
It's horrible. She made a mold of her naked body.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows what she looks like. At least I thought I was the only one. But
yeah, exactly.
now, honestly, Heidi, I'm done. That's it.
wow.
I'm done with Heidi Klum, Nick. She's
Okay,
out.
she's out.
She's
okay.
done.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Nick and Roy for Tom's Place, where February is all about hearts and family. Tom's father, William Mahalik, born February 20th, 1916, and in 1958, he opened the original store with a simple belief: take care of your customers, work hard, and offer the best deal.
Let me tell you, too, it's a real family business. And there's another generation coming up, and they take care of the customer like their family. These values are still the heart of Tom's Place. And Tom is celebrating that legacy all month with the Family Day Sale. This is an incredible deal on menswear. Guys, the Family Day Sale, premium suits that are normally $5.95 for the suit, which is a good price to begin with. We're not going to slash it in half. No. $229.
Wow. Dress shirts, only $60. Put together a complete casual outfit from Bugatti or Jack Victor for 50% off.
Wow, Bugatti shirts. I love Bugatti shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready, folks. Winter coats. We're going to take 50% off. They're starting at $275, and get ready. Gorgeous cashmere sweaters. Cashmere. They're 50% off of the regular price of Tom's Place.
It's all about family, and everyone is treated like part of the family at Tom's Place. Visit 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market and online at toms-place.com. That's toms-place.com.
Tom's Place will suit you.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Women only make up 1% of the construction workers in the field. 1 out of 10 are a woman.
All right.
But they make up 13% of ownership of construction firms.
Oh.
I thought that was cool. So you women, go, ladies, go. No, really, honestly, that is a cool fact. 13% of construction firms are owned by women, while only 1% is them working in the field.
Some assembly required. So these days, you order all kinds of stuff online, whether it's Amazon or Wayfair, whatever. Many different online sort of companies.
I
that you
try
can
to
order from.
confuse them, Nick, and I ordered a line last week.
A line?
I ordered a line online.
Online. There you go.
Confused
No, or to confuse me. Doesn't take much. Between 1908 and 1940, Sears Roebuck and Company, otherwise known as Sears,
Those were your teenage years, Nick.
they sold over 70 to 100,000 kit houses through their mail order modern homes program. They mailed you your house.
I've seen them.
With estimates were often cited with the 70 to 75,000 range, basically, right? But these homes were popular across the United States and Canada, with many still standing today.
Yes, there's some in
In
Florida.
the Midwest and East Coast. Now, if you're wondering what's in the kit, well, the kit includes, first of all, they arrived by railroad boxcar containing 10 to 30,000 pre-cut labeled pieces of lumber, along with windows, doors, flooring, nails, paint, and often wiring and plumbing.
Yeah, if you don't know how to put together a model airplane, I would not suggest.
No.
If you can't put together an IKEA coffee table, do not buy the house in a box.
Right. Exactly. Wow. Thanks for joining us here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We do encourage you to go visit our website. As we said, you find out, first of all, about our sponsor, which is Tom's Place. Also, you can record us a message there, right on the front
Don't
page.
you love Tom?
He's great. He's
He
fantastic.
really
He's
is
been-
a cool guy.
He visited one of the tropical islands recently, and he said he was trying to sell top coats. And I could see him walking up and down the beach. Who needs a top coat? Who needs a top coat?
With them flailing on his arms
100%.
in a
Hey-
Speedo. No,
Oh,
I don't want to think of
no,
Tom in a Speedo.
let's go back to Clune. Hey, you know what? I don't know if you heard me my stomach grumbling. I'm hungry.
Your weekly sweet and savory facts of totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Come and get it!
That's another one of the classic voice lady introductions. She's great. Do you like figs?
She can cook, too.
She can. Do you like figs?
Oh, wait a minute. I think that we may have the same one. Go ahead. I love figs. It even
figs.
says on the paper here.
Is they really flowers, not fruits?
Yes, I have the same. This is very rare
Yeah.
that it happens, but Nick and I sometimes read it. You read what you have.
So what happens is when Roy and I decide on the topics, like this week it's construction, law, and food, we say, okay, and then we each go do our research, and then we don't present the facts to each other until the show. So you, the audience, is listening to this and hearing the facts for the first time at the same time. But on occasion, because great minds think alike, and we'll tell you when that starts, we come up with the same facts. So figs are technically ciconia, or inverted flowers, with hundreds of tiny flowers blossom inside a hollow, fleshy, pear-shaped stem.
If you open up the fig, you could see it technically. Like, now that you know that, you'll say, oh my God, yeah, look at the color, that bright color inside. But yeah, I love figs. They're great, right? And is the tricky part. They are not a fruit scientifically. They are considered a flower bud.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we have the same fact.
Isn't that great?
That's cool, though.
Now,
That's
I grew up around figs. I was raised by figs. No, my
cool.
my
Nick was
family,
raised by figs.
my family's
Fig
from
Newtons. And here's the tricky part.
Now, was Fig Newton, okay, here we go, down the rabbit hole, was Fig, and this is an AHOTS, also heard on the show, already heard on the show. That is, Fig Newton, was it named after Newton?
I don't know.
No.
What was the
Named
fact?
after the town in Massachusetts.
All right, Newton, Massachusetts.
There you go. All
We've
right.
got, this is, guys, we don't even know how many facts. We're thinking about putting out a book.
Yeah, we will. We will one
Yeah.
day. Okay. So I went in mind. So you have your fig. So go ahead. What else you
okay.
got? in
The
food?
first food to be planted on the International Space Station. Tell
Okay.
me you have that.
No, I don't have that.
Okay.
Great.
The first food to be planted on the ISS, because we're abbreviating everything today, folks.
Which, by the way, if you really notice, abbreviated, the word has how many letters does the word abbreviated have? You can't even abbreviate.
Right, I know. The first food to be planted on the ISS, International Space Station, was
Yes.
potatoes.
Oh.
Because potatoes grow rather quickly. You just put them in the ground. People, when you take a potato out of a bag that's old and it has what they call the little ears on it,
That's right. Yeah.
which are the little roots.
Yeah.
You put that in the ground, folks, you'll get more potatoes. 5 pounds of potatoes will give you about 10 to 12 additional pounds, and you
Wow.
can just keep going from there.
Mm.
In 1995, they planted the first potato on the International Space Station. In 2024, they opened up the drive-through window for the French fries.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did.
For the aliens,
Yeah,
that don't exist.
Allegedly.
Nick and I have a scoop
Yeah, we do. It's usually for the litter box. Okay.
of mashed potatoes.
I'm going to talk about lettuce. Right now, I'm going to talk about lettuce. Okay.
Let us entertain.
Lactuca, which the Italian word for lettuce is latuga, has a long
Is
history.
it? I didn't know that.
Dating back, it's a type of lettuce. It is dating back to ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. It was used for medicinal, sedative, and pain relieving properties. It was also considered a sleep aid. Lettuce was once considered a sleep aid.
Wow.
Because it was historically referred to as lettuce opium due to the milky white substance in its stem, believed to have sedative effects. So,
You ever eat a salad and go to sleep? I haven't.
no, they're talking about the milky stuff in the stem. We usually don't eat the
Yeah,
stem, right?
Yeah, that's
there you
true.
go.
That's true.
So, here you go. Once again, lettuce was considered a sleep aid.
Cool. The pineapple, Nick.
Yes.
They're not a fruit either, like
No.
figs. This is amazing to me. They're actually a massive berry. Now, when I say it, think about a pineapple. It's a berry. It looks like a big blueberry
It does.
with a,
Yeah.
with
well,
a stem on it.
yeah, it's true.
If you cut the stem on a blueberry and left part of the stem on it, it would be a pineapple upside down if you turn
Upside
it
down
upside
pineapple.
down. So, yeah. So basically, pineapples are not fruit, they are berries. And as you know from the show, again, another
Hot.
hot.
Yeah.
And if you're a reader of our newsletter, which I suggest you do, go
Yes.
on nickandroy.com and
Mhm.
put your name in for the newsletter. We'll send it to you free of charge. It's fantastic.
Yep.
But you'll see pictures of my pineapple plants. I literally grew pineapples, and they take 1 to 2 years
Yeah.
for the plant to give you an actual edible fruit.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Every breath you take. Great song from the Police in the 90s. Remember that?
Mm,
Every breath.
Love
you
that
take.
song.
Mushrooms breathe by taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide.
Oh, did not know that.
And
See?
Listen, laugh, and learn. In the process called cellular respiration, similar to animals, right? Unlike plants, which produce oxygen via photosynthesis, as we learned in school and on the show here, fungi rely on this respiration to break down organic matter for energy. Of course, mushrooms don't have lungs, but absorb gases directly through their cells with high respiration rates. Cellular respiration.
Rhubarb, Nick. You ever had rhubarb pie?
I've had it. Honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm not sure why.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really.
One of my favorite pies, believe it or not, is strawberry rhubarb.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a great pie.
I don't know but if it's the taste or the texture. I'm not sure. It's just not. Personally, I'm not a fan. But go on.
No, huh?
No.
I'm surprised. So did you know that rhubarb grows so fast that farmers say they hear the crackling sound of the growth?
Really?
And they say that during the season, they hear it constantly. Can you imagine this? They hear the growth of the rhubarb. It's this crackling noise. And when they have fields of it, they hear the crackling noise all the time.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
By the way, before you start your mailbag,
Yeah.
so Roy, of course, and in some of our intros, it's Roy performing, and some of them it's the voice lady. That was one of our first ones, and if you love that sound, I mean, listen to it. Let's listen to it again. It's
What's
beautiful.
in the mailbag?
It's just
No,
amazing.
that was
What's
joking.
in the mail?
Actually, that's not the actual thing. We
No,
shortened it.
we shortened it,
It
but you
was
know what?
what's in the mailbag today,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to
yeah.
that. But you know what? If you
I
like
have to apologize to folks for my voice today.
No,
It's terrible.
well,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Your face is too. It's okay. So if you
It matches my face.
if you love the sounds of that, and Roy does sing really, really well when he's not when he's well. So
Which
I'll
hasn't
wait.
been for a long
I'll wait.
time.
Go to musicbyroy.com. Musicbyroy.com. And if you happen to be visiting the southwest part of Florida, check it out. And he'll on the website he'll tell you where he's singing. He's a great performer. More than just useless information, Roy can really belt out a tune. Your mailbag?
Okay, so Antonio, I saw this one. I had to read it because
Yes.
it's so funny. This is really crazy.
Yeah.
You talk about like 100 countries, and we're around the world. We're literally in these people's living rooms, and their ears, and their ear pods, and their headphones.
Yep.
But Antonio from Venice, Italy.
Aha.
Antonio says, "Let me first say, bellissimo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I
Beautiful.
love." He says, "I love your show." Well, let me tell you, Antonio, I love Venice. Antonio says, "Buongiorno from Venice, Italy.
Yes.
I work at a restaurant you came into 2 years ago."
Oh, that's right. Of course.
Yeah. He says, "I am the manager, and we spoke at length about your podcast and Venice. I hope that you enjoyed Venice," which Antonio loved it, man, like I said.
Yes.
He says, "Let me say thank you. I am a weekly listener, and so many Venetians now listen to your show, not only for the great information, but also for the English
Ah,
to speak with our guests."
there you go.
So, Antonio, thank you. Thank you for getting all those listeners. And we urge everybody out there to do the same thing. You're making us super popular, and we enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. This didn't come to us by email through the website. This was a review that was left on Apple Podcasts. This is someone who wrote, it says, "My very first review." So thank you for doing it. They didn't leave a name, but TUI totally uses information on my local radio station and list of subscribed podcasts. I like to catch both. So he listens to our radio show and podcast. Nick and Roy are always fun to listen to and provide a plethora of info that produces a wink, smile, nod, or joyful laugh. I do not well written so far, but then he says, "I do not recommend listening while eating, especially the blooper show."
Oh,
because you'll spit your food out, I guess.
yeah.
Then he goes,
the blooper show is funny.
It was hilarious. So he recommends do not listen while eating. Seriously though, the writer writes, "What a delightful show that uplifts, enlightens, and entertains. Congratulations on your success and longevity, and well done, one and all." On the show today, we talked about construction, we talked about law, we talked about food. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Surveillance video obtained by Local 10 News in the South Florida supermarket.
We're back to Florida, folks.
In
This is gonna be good.
Aventura. Where's Aventura compared to you? Where's
Aventura is East Coast.
Okay, it's on the other side. There's nothing nowhere near you, so thank goodness.
There's a
Now,
lot going on there.
So they have surveillance video of someone that they call a beef thief. A beef thief stuffing steak and brisket down his pants. Now the store's owner wants to find the suspect. Meat prices are continuing to go up. It's not us that's raising it, it's the whole industry, says Phil Einhorn. Our margins are very tiny. One thing that isn't tiny, the guy's pants.
How does he know that he's putting it in his pants?
They have video surveillance.
They saw the man.
That's right.
They saw him.
They're very big.
So we
big
have a
pants.
video.
That's right. I think they're like made for stealing, according to the store.
But they don't know exactly who it is. They have video, but it's probably too
grainy,
sketchy to to know exactly.
But there's enough detail in the video, though. And by the way, thanks for paying attention from the very beginning. My very first sentence was surveillance video. But I think you know what it is. I think I know what happened. It's not that you weren't listening. You got freaked out because when I said South Florida supermarket, you got a little nervous.
Nick.
Come on, admit
Nick,
it.
I wasn't listening.
No, listen. You can admit it here. It's
Don't
just
try
us
to
talking.
placate yourself. I
Listen.
wasn't listening.
Okay. So anyway, to have enough detail in this video to see that the pants are blocked at the bottom, so whatever he put in his pants doesn't go through.
Oh, so he's got elastic on the bottom.
However, he has
these are stealing pants.
Well, they are. So
you can buy those at Walmart.
So video shows a store employee walking by, then the suspect shoving a nearly $100 cowboy steak in his pants.
You know what a cowboy steak is?
No, I was going to ask you. I don't know. No, I haven't. So what is the cowboy steak since you have
Oh,
food
let me
background?
tell you, very tough steak to cook. Not tough meat, but tough to cook. It's like literally it's almost like a T-bone. It's the part of the rib, the wide part of the rib, but it's like literally like 5-6 inches, maybe 7 inches thick.
Wow.
On the bone, so there's this big massive bone. It's the big part of the rib.
Right.
So, and they leave the bone in and they trim it back, so you have this massive like ribeye that's really hard to cook. You have to know how to do it. You have to bake it.
But this thief, this beef thief, also
He stole that?
He stole that. Also, he stole wine. Well, you got to pair it with something.
Yeah, I would hope that he did too. I would hope that with all that beef, he didn't steal white wine.
So, according to the store's owner, he came over here, looked around to see if anybody.
Actually, he should have gone for a nice Merlot with a fruity finish.
There you go. See, that was useful information. Sorry. So,
Listen, let me ask you a question. So he only steals beef?
according to this, yeah. So he's a carnivore, apparently.
He doesn't like chicken or pork.
According to this, no.
He's a very discriminating thief.
Well, it was unbelievable, just like shocking. Now, the employees chased him out of the store.
Oh, and he can run with all that meat in his
I
pants?
guess he could. Maybe he's a marathon runner. Who knows?
Well, maybe he was just tenderizing it.
It was between his thighs. So they ended up.
I don't want to think about it.
Actually, no, he was smoking meat. They ended up going across the street
He
to
was
Publix.
running so fast that meat got smoked.
There was smoke coming out of his pants. They ended up going across the street to Publix. One of the employees was on break, and so all the rest of the stuff that he had, brisket, wine, etc., he called the cops, and guess what? Good news, they got everything back. So Einhorn, the owner, has a clear message for those who come inside the store. Quote, "We want to let people know you can't come in and steal. It's not right. We're a family business trying to make it so for 3 generations, so please don't steal." Thanks for joining us here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. That's all the time we have this time around. Thanks for joining us. We will scour the internet far and wide to find out more totally useless information just for you.
So until then, please tell everyone that you know about the show. This is why we now hit the record of 100 countries around the world. Nick and I can't even name 100 countries.
No, we can't even spell it. I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.